We are headed to Italy today. I am so excited. I'm gonna go speak at the Exotic Wedding Planning Conference in Florence, Italy. So lots of preparation has gone into this and lots of people helping. I am most excited about this trip. I think my favorite ever because my mom is coming with me this time. She's never been out of the country. It's always been a dream of hers to go to the Vatican in Rome. So that is the first stop. Then we'll be headed to Venice and then Florence and then Arezzo, which is where the conference is located. So a huge thank you to Harlan and Kara at the Travel Siblings. They totally helped plan every piece of this. We have private tour guides, and I really want to show my mom how we travel. She said, "Angela, are we going to stay in hostels?" I didn't even know what that was, so I had to ask and Google it, and I'm like, oh no, Mom. I like to stay in properties where I can view the property and see if it would be a good fit for our luxury clients. So we will be doing a little bit of work as well. So I'm headed to take Lily and Pepe, say hi, to stay with their puppy nanny, Laura Lee, and their Gammy. And I've never left them for this long, so I'm going to be missing them, but I'm not worried. Like, if I had to leave them with anyone, it would definitely be them. Like, the dogs sleep with them. I mean, they're treated probably better than when they're at home and at the office with me and Amanda and Aja. So I'll keep you guys posted on how things are going. So I gotta drop the babies off and then go get my mom, and then we're headed to the airport. The puppies know where they're going, and they have something to say about it. Oh God. Guys, we're here. Okay, so we're on our first flight. Mom, how excited are you to go to Italy? Mom, you can talk.
I'm excited. We're gonna turn everything off.
She's so gold in True Colors. She's such a rule follower.
I am.
I'm having to teach her all these inside
with
things.
Service to Boston. You're looking at an hour and 50 minute flight. Please direct your attention forward as we view the safety features of this Embraer jet.
So sweet Harlan with the Travel Siblings overnighted and FedExed all of this information just in case by chance our Wi-Fi did not work. He is so cute and gave us little notes. Harlan are the best. And something that I've learned about the trains is you have to take printed tickets to the train. It's very old school, and I'm like, I don't even have a printer. He's like, oh, I will just overnight them all the paper to you, which is like the sweetest thing ever. We are finally on the next airplane, and it has been like a freaking scavenger hunt trying to find out where the F we are going. So if you ever have to fly international, just a little tip, don't fly through Boston because there's no signage. They drop you off, and then they don't give you a boarding pass to board internationally. You have to stand in the longest lines ever, no matter if you're checking luggage or not.
Signore, signori, Buonasera e benvenuti a bordo di questo
They
volo
don't
all'Italia
speak
per Roma
English.
Fiumicino per rendere il nostro imbarco veloce e scorrevole.
So
I
Italia.
cappelli
Let me
dei
just
sono
show you.
riservati bagagli voluminosi trolleys per tutti i personaggi c'è uno
Pay
spazio
extra for
dedicato
American
sotto la polvere.
Airlines,
Non
trust
esitate di
me.
contattarci per qualsiasi necessità.
I don't know if it's Memorial Weekend or what it
Inoltre il
is.
comandante informa che è in corso il rifornimento.
Okay, so back to my story. So my mom is like, oh, let's just go eat dinner. And I'm like, no, we're gonna find the gate first, then we'll go eat dinner. So we go through TSA pre-check. The lady's like, this is your boarding pass from BNA to Boston. So you gotta go to the counter. And there's no like self-help yourself, like print your boarding passes. You have to like stand in the longest line ever, and it is the most unproductive thing. And then you have to go back through security and all this rigmarole. And all the times I've been out of the country, which has been a lot, it has never been this difficult. And then we get on the airplane 1 hour early because I like to be first on the airplane, and there's no effing air. Like the little vents that normal planes have, they don't have those on this airline. Like, what? So then also, if you're 5 foot tall, you definitely don't want to fly this airline because you can barely reach the bag, your bags, to like put them up above you. It's like you gotta be 6 feet tall. So I could barely get our bags up there. And then my mom, who TJ Maxx's her freaking carry-on, doesn't even have a side handle. So it's like you can't use both hands. I think I like threw my right shoulder out, throwing them up there. They're up there, 6 feet high. Then, like, oh my God, I don't have my flipping headphones. And the lady at the counter that was checking it or gave us our boarding passes, she's like, oh, you can't take that big bag. I'm like, that's my purse, lady. That's not a bag. And she's like, well, let me weigh it. She's like, that's 23 pounds. That's heavy. And I'm like, I know. She's like, you're going to have to check it. I'm like, no, I'm not checking it. A, medical reasons. And B, I'm going to work, to speak, to teach. There's books in there. And I'm not checking my bag because my luggage has been lost before and I need all of my electronics. So I'm not checking the bag. And she just kind of looked at me. Now my mom's over here blowing up this pillow. Mom, what's wrong? It's amazing that her face isn't busted because her skinny wheels, she did send me a picture to approve it from TJ Maxx though. That will never happen again. So the TJ Maxx wheels, Mom, it is Samsonite, but just understand that the thicker the wheels, the better it's going to operate, people. So you get what you pay for, okay? Like, don't get cheap back. She said, tell it bye. How's your blow-up pillow?
I gotta see. Now it said the cabin pressure is gonna affect this, so how do I do it now?
I don't know, we gotta read the directions. So this airline has pictures if you can't speak their language. They
Un
call it a
sentiero illuminato
presentation.
faciliterà il raggiungimento delle uscite. All the emergency exits of this aircraft are showed by appropriate signs. Locate the ones nearest to you.
And he's smiling.
An illuminated escape path marking will help you to sotto la vostra
It just
poltrona.
said that if you have to
In caso di necessità,
slide down,
indossatelo e
if we have to
gonfiatelo
evacuate the
tramite
plane,
l'apposita maniglia
remove your
rossa
high
solo
heel
al momento di
shoes.
abbandonare l'aereo.
What?
Se necessario, soffiate nel tubo di gomma.
So they assume. Oh, and now it's showing you how to breathe.
Your life is located under your seat. If necessary, put your life vest on and inflate it by pulling the red handle just before the aircraft. Dovranno essere gonfiati prima di abbandonare
Save your
l'aereo.
child first.
Infant life vest will be usati come battelli.
It's
In
okay,
case of pitching,
Titanic.
slides can be used as rafts.
There's a very strong smell of gasoline.
Jet fuel.
jet fuel. The smell is so bad. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
Cody would say that. Never say that.
But since there's no air ventilation on this plane
It'll
because
get
it's so foreign,
It'll be better.
it's not.
It will get better.
It's gonna get better because she's gonna say her rosary. She said she's gonna say her rosary out loud. But I told her not everyone is religious on the plane.
We
And
might all
so
be religious on the plane.
she is in this Catholic cult. And
It's not a cult.
well, it is to some people.
Never.
And she's got her scripture. Oh my. I'm having to restart the clock countdown because we're not moving. Finally, take off. A very bumpy takeoff.
Yes, it was very bumpy. We're up now. Look at the lights.
But their airport is about as jacked up as I've ever seen an international airport. Look at the moss wall in the women's restroom in the airport in Rome. This is my grandmother's maiden last name.
Michelangelo.
Oh my
So
goodness.
these steps that reach to the church, it's just a medieval church.
Oh my
Right there.
word. All these people, are they workers? Or are they tourists?
Tourists.
Okay, they're not
Yeah.
workers.
No. What remains?
He just
of
got to
some
Rome.
Roman houses
Uh-huh.
And the questions
Yeah.
begin.
belong to an era. The real name, the official
Oh,
name
look
is Vittoriano because of Victory Emmanuel, that was the king.
Oh my goodness.
That's huge.
It is huge. In
Look
fact,
at that.
Romans don't like it so much because it's something completely different from the style.
So who lives there?
No one. There is just a museum inside,
Oh.
and there are two guards right in the middle. I don't know if you can see flames, and two guards under the oars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
tomb of the unknown soldiers.
Oh, it is. And do they have the changing of the guard and all?
Yeah,
After
every day.